Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Tuesday, April 28th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we are also looking at a couple of the yen pairs. As always, we start off with the US dollar index daily time frame because that tells us what to do on the other dollar pairs themselves. And on the daily time frame, US dollar index, we still have two possibilities. Possibility number one is that this is a running ABC because this is a lower low wave B and a lower low wave C. If that analysis is correct, then this will be lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, until it goes down and makes a lower low. So if this is a running ABC, then it will keep on going down, making lower lows, lower highs on the daily. If my main analysis is correct, which is what I have it labeled as, this will be the A, this will be the B, and this will be a C of wave Y, meaning that this would be an A, B, C of B, and then eventually back up for the big wave C like that. I still think this is the most likely scenario, especially looking at the weekly time frame. If you're talking about the DXY, someplace around the 104 area is where I think this wave C of wave Y potentially could end. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, the question is, what's going to happen today? Because part of me thinks that this is an A and that this is one, two, three waves down right here for a complete wave B, and that this is going to keep on going up to the 50 or the 61% for a wave C. If that's the right, then that would make sense on the daily time frame because this would be your ABC of B and this would be your wave A, right? So that would line up with my ABC of B analysis. If that is not correct and this really is the end of a crescent on the daily, then this right here could be the end of a pullback right here on the 38%, and it could go down, it could break structure, it could keep on going. But the key is, does it turn down and does it break structure? The current structure is right here. If we get a fib bounce and then it turns down and breaks structure, then we'll know that the dollar is back in being bearish. If it doesn't break structure, but instead makes a higher low, and just keeps making higher lows, then we would expect it to go into like the 50 to 61% to finish off a wave B. So now we need to take it to the dollar pairs and see if that makes sense on the dollar pairs themselves. So moving on to the euro dollar, back up to the daily time frame. So the euro dollar definitely did try to engulf up yesterday. It did kind of engulf up a little bit. So I was kind of wondering if maybe it was going to do this over the next, week or so on the daily time frame, and this would be an A, B, C right here. First big push up would be your A or one, and then A, B, C of B or A, B, C of two. Seems pretty likely that that's the scenario. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, this move up right here looks like a possible trend. Now, like I was saying yesterday, this could be some sort of a running, pullback, and it could just make another lower high, and just keep on going down. But if this right here is a trend, then it could also be like a wave A, and this could bounce from the 78%, which it did, and then it could go up and break structure, which it hasn't done, and that pretty much would confirm that we're probably heading up to like the 60 or the 78% for a C. And that would kind of line up with my daily time frame analysis on the euro dollar. But the key is, does it bounce from a fib and break structure? That is what's going to tell you that it's going up for a wave C. If it doesn't break structure, there's always a chance it makes another lower high, it just keeps on making lower highs all the way down. So pay attention to your structure as always. Moving on to the pound dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Same kind of analysis on the pound dollar. It would make sense for me if this did something like this over the next several weeks. First push up is either an A or one, and then three waves down for either a B or a two, and then perhaps up again for a C or a three. So heading down to the 1 hour time frame, like I was saying yesterday, this looks like the possible end of a pullback right here. This looks like a running ABC to me, or not a running, but a contracting, or expanding ABC. If it is a contracting or an expanding ABC, then it will keep on going down, making those lower highs, lower highs, lower highs the whole way down. If it's not a contracting, then it potentially could bounce from like the 61 or even the 78%, go up, break structure, which is the key. Fibonacci bounce and a break of structure is what confirms it, and then potentially start a move to the upside. If you never get the Fibonacci bounce and you never get the break of structure, then there's no real reason to hold on to any longs. So moving on to the Aussie dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Aussie is still very strong overall, but I still think that it would make more sense for the Aussie dollar to go down like this and at least make a pullback to this move up right here. But that counter trend thinking often is what gets you in a lot of trouble because the trend is up on the weekly, the trend is up on the daily. There's a odds that this thing doesn't do that and it just keeps on going. So the trend is up. The trend is up based on market flow. The trend is up based on structure. Technically, we definitely should be looking for longs. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, the problem is the 1 hour time frame makes you think it's going down because, like I said yesterday, this definitely looks like a flat on this one. And if this, I left my Fibonacci here just to show you that it definitely bounced from a good fib level. So if it makes lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, then why would you do anything except for look for shorts, right? If it just keeps on making lower highs, then obviously this right here is the end of an ABC and it's going down. If it doesn't continue to make lower highs and it eventually goes up and breaks structure, which is currently here, or it goes down and makes a new low and then, goes up and breaks structure, then we would stop looking for shorts and we would simply start looking for longs again. So, following along with our structure is going to hopefully keep us trading in the right direction. The daily time frame is definitely telling us to continue to look for longs. So I would have a little bit of a long bias, even though this 1 hour looks bearish. The 1 hour time frame is definitely not the time frame I would trust over the daily. So moving on to the US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD, like I've been saying, if this right here is the end of an ABC, which it definitely looks like it could be, then this is another one that potentially will just go lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and keep on going down. We definitely have what looks like 5 waves now, so if it goes up and breaks structure, then throw your Fibonacci retracement on this whole move, and you would either expect an ABC within a downtrend, or maybe you would get a trend reversal. A break of structure doesn't mean trend reversal. It means either a pullback or a trend reversal. But we don't have a pullback yet. We don't have a break of structure confirming that. This move up could just be a pullback to this last wave down. It could make another lower high. It could just keep on going down. So going to the 1 hour time frame, this is the swing right here. If it breaks this, then we know that that whole move down on the daily is over. So using this Fibonacci retracement from here to here is what's going to help you. If it bounces from a fib level, breaks structure, then you know that the move up is over and that it's heading back down. If it makes a higher low, bounces, makes a higher low, bounces, makes a higher low, and eventually goes up and breaks this structure, then you know the daily time frame move to the downside is complete. Take it one leg at a time. Right now, the trend is down. So if you get a fib bounce, you get a break of structure, you definitely want to go back to being on the short bias. US dollar Swiss back up to the daily time frame. Dollar Swiss is another one where it looks like the end of a pullback. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down, so that, it could be a wave one, it could be a wave two, and then it could potentially go down and make a big old giant wave three. Or if this right here break a structure, it could also be a trend reversal and do that. A break of structure means that it's either a trend reversal or it's a pullback to the last impulsive move down. We don't know, right? But we are definitely looking for logs where we hopefully learn and earn. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I personally would be looking for logs only. I definitely wouldn't be trying to short it, and I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long right now. So what I would do is throw my Fibonacci retracement on the last push up. If we get a nice, pullback, a nice Fibonacci bounce, then I would definitely go long. I think, unfortunately, your strategy on this one is to be patiently waiting for a pullback in order to go long, or waiting for a break of structure to the downside in order to start looking for shorts. Definitely wouldn't be going short now, and I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long right now. So, anyways, moving on to gold. Gold did break structure. Now, this daily candle hasn't closed yet. So, we don't know for sure. This daily candle could close all the way up here, and it could be a rejection of structure. And if it's a rejection of structure, it probably will keep on going up. But if it holds this break of structure, then most likely the A is over. Most likely we are in the wave B, which will probably stretch out into an overlapping pattern like this, maybe down to like the 61 or the 78% to make a wave B, and then eventually back up for a wave C like that. So we have been looking for shorts ever since it made an engulfing move to the downside on April 20th, and we are definitely still looking for shorts. So this is a really good example of not knowing what the pattern is, but looking for shorts the whole time, and hopefully learning and earning while you've been looking for shorts. Now on the shorter time frames, I have several times said, man, I think this potentially could go up. but there was no evidence on the daily time frame once that this would go up. And look at this: lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Not one time did we get a Fib bounce and break structure. There was many times where we got Fibonacci bounces, but not once did we get a Fibonacci bounce and a break of structure, which would have confirmed that it was going back up. So right now, we would definitely be looking for shorts, especially with this breaker structure. We would still be looking for shorts. I personally wouldn't be trying to go short at the bottom of a five-wave move. I would have to wait for another pullback. I would put my Fibonacci retracement on here, and I would hope to see like a 50 or a 61% pullback in order to go short. I also definitely wouldn't be trying to go long because it doesn't have to make a pullback now. It could keep on going down if it wants to. So unfortunately, the strategy right now is to already be short from back here, waiting for an exit, or the strategy is to be patiently waiting for a new short on a pullback. Moving on to the yen pairs. The yen pairs made a pretty strong move this morning because of the yen news. I still think there's a really good chance that the dollar yen could go up here because there's a weekly time frame Fibonacci level that never did get hit. So overall, I am definitely still bullish the dollar yen. The trend is up on the weekly. The trend is up on the daily based on market flow and based on structure. Kind of looks like the end of an ABCDE type triangle right here. So hopefully we are still continuing the uptrend. We had a very nice push up. And yesterday when I made my PM video, which you can access my PM video by signing up for my YouTube membership or signing up on my website, but I had my Fibonacci extension from here projected off of here. A target for an expanding is the 161, 178, and look where this thing turned. Knowing, how Fibonacci levels are relevant to Elliott wave patterns, which is the stuff that I teach, is extremely beneficial because the market always surprises me when it respects these areas so well. And it definitely respected that 161, which is exactly where an expanding should turn. So hopefully now what we can do is we can delete this Fibonacci and we can throw a Fibonacci retracement on here. And hopefully we get a higher low at a Fibonacci level and we could go long again. So pay attention to your Fib levels and look for another higher low for another long. So moving on to the euro yen. Technically, the euro yen is down. And like I've been saying, I think it would make more sense either this is the end of a wave B and it just keeps going down like this, or it's not the end of a wave B and it's actually just a pullback to the last move up, meaning that it would go someplace between the 38 and the 78% and then turn back up like that. This is another good example of while we're looking for shorts, we learn and earn whether it's a pullback within an uptrend or whether it's a trend reversal. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we definitely made a nice push up today because of the yen news, but technically we are looking for shorts. I normally don't like to go short after a big impulsive move like that. I would like to see a three-way pullback. Whether it makes a three-way pullback or not is the question. I mean, it could just keep on going down, and if it does, I will miss the trade because, a big impulsive move up and then a reversal is not an entry in my book. It definitely happens, and it's called a motive wave correction, but it's not a correction that I normally will enter. I would like to see it do this in order to go short again. Hopefully it plays out in more of a three-way pattern, so that way it can give us a nice short. And moving on to the pound yen. Technically, the pound yen has been up. I've been targeting this 38% if you've been watching my videos, and it came very close to hitting that. Sometimes on the daily time frame, if you're off by just a little bit, then it's close enough to call it a hit. If this daily candle closes engulfing down like it is, then starting tomorrow, I definitely will be looking for shorts. The problem is we don't know that this candle is going to close engulfing down. This candle could close all the way back up here by the end of the day if it wants to. So going all the way down to the 1 hour time frame, we had a nice little rejection of structure this morning. At the news, price went right down to structure and then rejected it and made a really nice push up. So just like on the euro again, it would be nice to see another push up. So put your Fibonacci retracement on this push up right here. Watch your Fibonacci levels very closely. If you get a nice rejection at a Fib level, then definitely take it as a long because I still think there's a chance that we might go up and hit this 116.15 area, which is a weekly and daily time frame Fibonacci level. So anyways, definitely don't forget to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, especially if you want to follow along with all my trades and be part of a great trading community on Discord. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.